How to sell anything in 3 steps. That's what we're going to talk about on this episode of the Inside BS Show. Hi, my name is Dave Lorenzo, and today we're talking about how you can sell anything in 3 steps. It's really straightforward. I'm going to share those 3 steps with you right now, and then at the end of our time together, I'm going to share my winning system with you. This is a system that incorporates these 3 steps and a follow-up procedure so that you nail down a sale almost every single time. All right, let's jump right into the content. First and foremost, you need to identify the problem. That's step number 1. The easiest way to do that is when you walk into the prospect's office, you sit down, you have a little small talk, you establish a little bit of rapport, then you say to the prospect, so tell me, what's going on? Thanks for inviting me over. What did you want to talk about today? And then the prospect is going to begin a process of spilling his or her guts to you. You need to make sure that you get to the heart of that problem. So you may have to ask some questions, and the questions may surface a lot of pain on the part of the prospect. But the reason you're doing this is because you need to strip that prospect bare so that he tells you exactly what his problem is. You can't intuitively say, I got it, I know what your problem is, and then tell him. You can't listen for 2 minutes and then say, I got it. This is what your problem is. You got to let him bare his soul to you, and you got to let him really come out with what he believes the problem to be. You may have to scrape even further below the surface because sometimes he's giving you symptoms and he's not giving you the exact problem. But the key is to get the prospect to admit what the problem is and to get him to admit it to you in that meeting. Now, this sometimes takes a lot of work. Here's the way I do it. I first ask, what's going on? Tell me, why did you invite me over? And they start to talk. And then I say, really? Tell me a little bit more about that. I understand. It seems like this is really bothering you. Why is this bothering you so much? How is this impacting you personally? That's really the money question. How is this situation impacting you personally? When you get to the heart of the matter, it's always a personal situation. That's when you know you've hit the exact problem. Step 2 in how to sell anything in 3 steps is discuss the consequences of inaction. So you say to the prospect, okay, Mr. Smith, I understand what you're talking about. I completely get it. And then you restate the problem. And you say, now, Mr. Smith, let me ask you, what happens if we don't solve this right now? What happens if we don't solve this problem today? Or what happens if we don't solve this problem at all? That's when Mr. Smith is going to tell you why he invited you over and why it's so important for him to solve the problem now. Sometimes, again, the prospect is not going to want to admit that their job is on the line, and if they don't solve this problem, they're going to lose their job. So you may have to scrape away again at the surface, and you may have to say, all right, Mr. Smith, I understand. You've had this problem for how long? I see. And how much is this costing you a month? Wow, that sounds pretty bad. How much has this cost since you've been in this role? And what happens if we don't get this solved now? So you see what I did? I went 3 layers deep there to get to the heart of what happens if we don't solve this. Now, why is this important? You're going to use this to close the deal later on. You're going to say to the prospect, here's what we can do, and here's how much it's going to cost. And the prospect is going to go, oh, and then you're going to say, well, you just told me if you don't solve this problem right now, you're going to lose your job. I can help you. Let's get this done. So that's the second point I want to make here in how to sell anything in 3 steps. The second step is to discuss the consequences of inaction. Get the prospect to admit to what will happen if he or she doesn't act now. The third thing you need to do, step number 3, is to offer assistance. And this is the easiest step in the world. He's going to say, listen, if we don't solve this now, I could lose my job, and I really don't want to lose my job. I like this. I got 2 kids in college. I need the money. And then you're going to close the deal. You're going to offer your assistance. That's step 3. You're going to say, okay, Mr. Smith, would you like some help? That's it. That's the closing line. You say, would you like some help? And then you stay quiet. He may say, well, what does that look like? Well, what are you talking about? Or he may just say, yes, please help me. more than likely he's going to say, well, tell me what that looks like. Tell me how you would help me. And you're going to tell him, you're going to talk about the solution to the problem, but not a specific solution. You're going to say, you know, Mr. Smith, we've helped a lot of people who are in these situations, and the first thing we do is an assessment. The second thing we do is we prescribe some activities. The activities generally take about a week to 2 weeks, and then if all goes well, we could probably solve your problem within that 2-week window. That's what it would look like for me to help you. But I've seen this before. It's not the end of the world. It's bad, but it's not the end of the world. Would you like some help? And then you restate, of course, would you like some help? Those are the 3 steps. Identify the problem, discuss the consequences of an action, and then offer assistance. The key is to let the client do the talking. 70% of the time, you do the talking, no more than 30% of the time ever. You need to understand things from the client's point of view. Now, I promised you the winning system for closing deals just like this all the time, and I've got it for you. It's my revenue roadmap, and I want to give you the guide to implementing it. You see, my revenue roadmap is my entire sales system. It's actually a sales and marketing system combined. It's perfect for business development. If you're looking to sell anything, this revenue roadmap will help you. I use it in consulting. I have clients use it in professional services, lawyers, CPAs, real estate agents, financial service providers, officers in mortgage companies. They use it all the time. We also have people using it in high-ticket sales, people who sell jets, country club memberships, really high-end homes. Here's how you can get your revenue roadmap guide. Simply go to revenueroadmapguide.com. How much easier could I make it? revenueroadmapguide.com. Go to that website right now, enter your contact info, and you can download this system. Why do you need it? It's going to make your life so much easier. If you're working 14 hours a day, this is going to cut your time in working in half. And that is a really good thing because you should be able to build your lifestyle around your business and not the other way around. If you want to learn how to sell anything to anyone, I need you to go and watch the next video right below this one. You'll see a video filling in right below me right now. Click on that video. I'll see you there.